Hi, and welcome to my page on our InTASK standards, standard number 7, planning. This is the teacher plans instruction based upon knowledge of subject matter, students, the community, and curricular goals. For this page, I have a few different examples. I have my staff stations, which I also have in standard number 4. Which is 5th grade lesson. I have Halloween 1 lesson for my 3rd and 4th graders, and I have a peanut butter jelly lesson for my 1st graders. And it is hitting standard 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, and 7.4. 7.1 is plan lessons and activities to address variation in learning styles and performance modes, multiple development levels of diverse learners, and problem solving and exploration. A great example for that is my staff station lesson with my 5th graders. There's a bunch of different stations to learn the staff using technology. There's kinesthetic learning, there's oral learning, there's visual learning. They go to different stations to learn the staff, and it helps all of the different diverse learners, and there's multiple development levels because we have levels 1 to 3, and sometimes we also have a level 4 for those students who are more advanced and who are done learning the treble staff and are moving on to the bass clef, because some of our students do take lessons outside, so we want to accommodate for them. We don't want we don't want the lesson to be boring for them. We want to continually challenge them. For 7.2, develops plans that are appropriate for curricular goals and are based on effective instruction. All 3 of these lessons actually hit that. For staff stations, we're learning the staff. That's one of our curricular goals in the 5th grade. For the Halloween lesson, that is also hitting our curricular goals because we're actually creating our own verses for piggyback songs. We are doing steady beat on movements for Poor Clifford Skeleton. We're doing pitch for Poor Clifford Skeleton using so and me, and that's one of our curricular goals for 3rd and 4th, using so, me, la, continuing to have that steady beat, continuing to do rhythm, adding instruments. Piggyback songs, they're being creative and creating their own verses. For the 1st grade lesson, Peanut Butter Jelly Time, we use the chant Peanut Butter Jelly for learning the 4 voice types, because in there you have a singing voice, you have the whisper voice, and you have your speaking voice in just that song. And we tell the students there's also a 4th voice, which we call our shouting voice, but we don't use that in school. That is it for outside of school. Maybe at recess you can use it, but not inside the school building. For 7.3, adjust plans to respond to unanticipated sources of input and or student needs. This definitely goes along well with our Halloween lesson. A few of our classes for 3rd grade are mainstreamed. They're mainstreamed in, so sometimes you have to make adjustments for those students, not specifically specifically for those students, but you incorporate the whole entire class, and you want to make sure that all of their learning needs are met, especially whatever is on their IEP. Another thing is we've had half-day lessons. We've had a half a day for some of these lessons, and in these lessons we can still get everything that is in our objective and cut it down into half day, so sometimes you just have to accommodate for it. For 7.4, develop short and long range plans, our staff station. That can range from short plan to a long plan. You can use it as a half a day plan, where you, instead of having 40 minutes, you have 25 minutes. I've actually done that this past week, and the week before that it was a long-term plan. We went through 1 through 3 stations, and then it continues on to the next week. For Halloween, all of my lessons, mostly, we just spiral off of it. So for the Halloween, I taught them Poor Clifford Skeleton, the song, and then this past week we learned a game for it, which we added instruments to as well. For the Peanut Butter Jelly, in some cases that might be a short plan, but then the next week we incorporated more by putting personalization with the students, and they included long-range plans for the speaking voice, the whisper voice, the shouting voice, and the singing voice. And all of the lessons, they all hit standard 7 for planning, which is a very, very big standard to actually incorporate in your classroom, planning your lesson. But for all of them, they all spiral. It all keeps connecting, and we just keep adding on and adding on and adding on to that specific lesson. Whether it's rhythm, we keep adding something on extra, pitch, We did sew and me this week. Now let's add on law in a few weeks. It just all keeps spiraling up, and I think that's actually, for me, that's how it works, and my students actually do really well with everything.